least they can't bust us for setting early.
Who's happy to start fishing?
The weather and the waves make setting this first string of pots rough work.
When I'm setting, I want to feather the throttle. I want to watch the speed at all times to keep them safe back there. And at the same time, I'm watching the guys on my camera so I can see what they're doing at all times.
Usually if he tells you, that means you got waves coming at you on the starboard side here, which is very bad.
"75 miles to the south and west on the Western Viking, Captain Coleman Anderson is about to start pulling pots.
We're gonna pump the water out, take the hatch cover off, and dig those 14 pots out, so we can add them to the ones that we still got on the stern, make another string.
Okay. Just to let you know, the hatch weighs around 2,000 pounds. You do not want to get in front of it.
The hold is where the crab are held in seawater. Right now, because the boat is small, 14 additional pots are stored there. But when the pots come out, a problem is discovered.
Well, basically what happened is that we filled up the tank with pots in there. So with all the moving down there, we broke some stuff.
So we want to make sure that the hold is secure.
The hold contains wooden planks, or bin boards, held in place by metal clips. Bin boards divide the hold into sections to keep water and the crab from sloshing around violently in rough seas. If a crab is injured or killed, it releases a toxin. A dead crab has the potential to kill 10 others. This could start a chain reaction capable of wiping out an entire season's catch. Until the hold is repaired, there's no place to store the crab catch. So, no pots can be pulled.
I know, we're gonna have to weigh it down. In loading them or unloading them or them riding down there, some steel got broke, so we're just repairing it right now while the water's out of there.
They're actually taking a heavy gauge twine and then seizing all of the boards together to make them just one solid unit.
Every minute spent doing repairs is a minute this boat isn't fishing. Out here, every second counts, and every minute is big money. 40 miles to the southeast, Captain Sig Hansen of the Northwestern is still launching pots. Captain Sig's plan is to drop all his pots at once. They started with 200 pots on deck. 8 hours later, they still have 20 pots to go. Once the pots are set, he'll let them stay in the water, or soak, for at least 24 hours before pulling even one of them.
They need time in the water. I mean, the crabs are going in there for the bait, but they need time to get in.
The crab pot is a 10-foot by 10-foot by 30-inch frame. Netting in the frame has a funnel shape on one side. The crabs crawl in, but they can't crawl out. Weather and choppy seas are making launching the pots difficult and dangerous. Greenhorn Bradford Davis preps his 80th pot.
Name of the game, stick 'em and bag 'em. All night long.
Since noon yesterday, Bradford has ground and bagged almost a ton of bait fish, and his work is far from over.
Kid's doing pretty good. Kid's doing pretty good. You never let him hear you say that, though. Never.
With the rising seas, Bradford will face fatigue, rough weather, and Edgar, the deck boss.
He's starting to get a little puffy around his eyes. I think he's getting tired. Hope he's getting tired. Before I start pushing buttons.
It's midnight on October 17th. Captain Sig Hansen of the Northwestern walks down on deck to deliver the news that no one wants to hear.
Hey, whoa! What would be your worst nightmare right now?
Closing.
No way. You got till midnight tomorrow.
Midnight tomorrow?
Yep, midnight tomorrow. Closes at midnight tomorrow. Midnight tomorrow. Are you kidding me? It's unreal. Yeah, I know it's unreal, but it's what it is. But we gotta start ripping them.
Yeah. Come on, stack.
The crew is disappointed, but they do have over 100 grand worth of crab in the hold. It's not a huge payday, but that's still money in the bank. The real challenge now is to get all their pots out of the water in the next 24 hours. The strings are spread out over 60 square miles of the ocean's floor. It will be a race against time.
And you never know. I mean, we still got 24 hours. A lot can happen, so.
44! Yeah, keep that number coming.
We're gonna rock the crab tonight. I feel it.
90 miles to the east, on board the Lucky Lady, Captain Vince Shavender receives news of the closing from another captain.
Can't believe they've closed this thing. 3 days, buddy. 72 hours to make your fortune. Yeah, yippee.
You know, over the last several years, 10 years or so, the masses have shrunk dramatically. And so our quotas are just getting smaller and smaller, and seasons are shorter and shorter. And so you're looking at quotas that used to be, you know, in the hundreds of tons and tons of crab. People would work 2-3 months straight just catching them. But we went from 3-month seasons to 3-day seasons.
The shorter the season, the greater the pressure. Now, more than ever, the Lucky Lady's success depends on Kevin's ankle holding up.
Oh, yeah.
130 miles to the northwest is the Western Viking. Time-consuming repairs have become even more expensive. They've been hard at work, playing catch-up since they received news of the closing.
Coleman's sleeping. I'm relieving him here. We just hauled a 30-pot string for 707 crab. So things are looking up.
The last string was worth over $20,000.
And that makes everybody want to haul one more, you know?
Just as the Western Viking's luck seems to be turning, if hydraulic fluid leaks into the hold, it could kill the crab. Willie shuts down the hydraulic pump, stopping all the equipment on deck, and the boat sails by the next buoy.
Let it go! Let it go!
Why are we doing this?
There's a hydraulic leak.
Where?
The starting cable.
We have 2 more pods. Let's get them frickers aboard.
Yeah, we heard you.
Man,
Next minute.
ask me before you start making commands like that.
Oil does not get past that valve right there. You can't do it.
It was.
It's locked. It's bull. Pots, put them in tows. 15 minutes around.
Mike busted a typical captain move of Mr. Know-It-All. Normally when you bust a lake, as long as you don't move that lever, you will not leak any hydraulic. Don't ask me why, but we were still leaking hydraulic even though we didn't move the lever. And he's still persistent saying that, oh, you can't leak hydraulic.
The hydraulic leak is quickly repaired, but the damage to the crew's morale is already done.
Probably gonna be a pretty frustrating day today. Season's over in 20 hours.
Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Rally caps. Everybody's got a rally cap up.
Now, every crab counts and is worth almost any risk.
There you go, all start room.
With fatigue and pressure, men make foolish choices. It's 11:30 p.m. 300 miles from Dutch Harbor, Captain Larry Hendricks and his veteran crew are about to put another season under the belt.
No, there's 3 left. This pot and 2 more.
We are 2 points from the end.
We have 1 pot left.
Last one, Norm is about ready to make his throw of the year. The last throw, so don't expect much.
Okay. We finished exactly 16 minutes ahead of time. I want to get going here. We're talking minutes now.
We'll get the swing arm over and let's get the deck secured quickly. I want to get going to town.
We're ready to go.
Okay.
With 15 minutes to spare, the Sea Star closes out their season. They pulled in over $150,000. Not bad for a bunch of old guys. 130 miles southwest from the Sea Star, the battered crew of the Western Viking prepare to pull the last 10 pots.
We're there, and I haven't slept. It's come down to this now.
Throw on our guard. Ready for our last little get together.
Anything would make me happy right now. As bad as we're doing. We got to get dressed.
After taking more licks than any other boat in the fleet, the crew of the Western Viking suit up to finish the season.
Hope the coffee kicks in.
Well, it doesn't look like my glove, but we'll take it. Gotta go.
Mom says, I got my health, I can always try it again.
And try they will until the last pot is pulled. These men are Alaskan crab fishermen, and that means never giving up.
About a half-mile run to the last pot here.
Shots aboard.
Season's over. 8 minutes to spare. All the time in the world, right?
It's over.
44.96, half of average.
150 miles southeast of the Western Viking is the Lucky Lady. Captain Vince and his 3-man crew have 2 pots left to pull. It's coming down to the wire.
Got it?
They've got 1 pot to go, but like everything else, it's not coming easy.
Ah, come on. I just can't believe I can't find this pot. There it is. Ah, come on. I'm getting starved of this crap rolling.
With the last pot winched up, the king crab season comes to a close. This tiny boat has defied the odds, proving once again that anything is possible on the Bering Sea.
36! That's a wrap, I guess.
That's how it goes. Take what we can get. Going home now.
For Kevin, it's been 3.5 days of grit, courage, and determination.
What do you got hurt?
Except you, well, of course. Yeah, that's how it works, though.
We put 100% in it. The season just wasn't long enough.
Good job, guys. Sorry we didn't get more, but you cut us short.
No, well, you know what? We did it, dude. The little boat that could. That little boat could do it.
Half the size of any other boat in the fleet.
On January 15th at 7:34 a.m., before the season has even opened, the Coast Guard reports an emergency radio beacon from the Big Valley.
All stations having seen or knowing the whereabouts of this vessel are asked to contact the Coast Guard.
8 a.m., fishing partner Pete Liskey on the Lady Alaska tries to contact the Big Valley.
Big Valley, Big Valley. Are you on here, Gary? You on here?
10:15 a.m., a boat and helicopter search finds floating debris, a sure sign a boat has sunk. And a search for a life raft or any survivors begins.
Just in case we find somebody, we better get our life rings and some survival suits out.
At 12:04 p.m., the chopper pilot spots a life raft in the water.
Yeah, they're hovering over a life raft. With folks on these ends.
Roger, roger.
A video camera on the chopper records crude images of the life raft below.
Small zodiac graphs. Swimmer's away.
The hoist operator lowers rescue swimmer Joe Metzler down to the 6-man life raft. No one knows how many men are in the raft.
Affirmative, I have 1 man inside the raft. In a survival suit. He's okay, signaling me. He's good to go. I'm gonna pull him out of the raft. Alright, we're in the water and the raft is away.
Easy back and left. Okay. Basket's about halfway up. Okay. Cease commands. Roger. Basket is underneath the aircraft.
The survivor is deckhand Cash Steele.
The baskets inside the aircraft, hoist complete.
One man is alive. Where are the other 5? Watching from a distance, the captains and their men are eager for any news.
One survivor, 5 missing, and the position is 08 and 37. I have confirmed one survivor. I have 5 people still missing. Over. Sad day today,
On the Lady Alaska, still hours behind, the news of the rescue and the survivor's story is relayed to Pete Liskey.
They said the boat rolled over violently, that 2 guys went in the water in survival suit. 2 more guys went in without survival suit, and the other guy, he doesn't know about.
According to the survivor, the captain and first mate fell into the water while releasing the life raft from the deck. They couldn't have survived more than 10 minutes in the 37-degree water.
And I think that our partner, Skipper, is just passed away. So we lift him up to the Lord and ask for mercy for that. Bless his soul. Bless his soul. Bless his soul. Bless his soul.
There's 2 guys in the water in survival suits. And 2 guys without, and the 5th one they don't know. They got 1 survivor out of the life raft.
It's now been more than 6 hours since the Big Valley sank. The window for survival is beginning to close.
Well, we got 2 in survival suits. We gotta look. If there wasn't 2 in survival suits, I wouldn't give them a whole lot of hope.
At 12:45 p.m., the Coast Guard helicopter spots a crew member in a survival suit floating on the surface. The swimmer goes in to retrieve him. He is hoisted into the chopper. But all attempts to revive him are unsuccessful.
Yeah, Rick, they found one of the missing guys. He didn't make it.
It's not good. Ah, man.
Men come from all over the world to fish for Alaskan crab. They know the full potential for disaster is there. Sadly, today, at least 3 men have paid with their lives. The search continues. "475 miles north of Dutch Harbor, the Northwestern stays true to her name, plying northwest towards the Russian border. Captain Sig Hansen's choice to be far away from the fleet put him well outside the rescue grid.
I was hoping we could be alone. I mean, well, you can't expect to have the whole ocean to yourself, but if there was a little spot with crab around and then all of a sudden the guys dial in, it goes pretty quick.
Just hoping for the best right now.
The season has officially started, but the Northwestern's not ready to fish.
You can start setting anytime. We'll probably have to spend a little time getting that tarp off.
They need to remove the tarp that has been protecting their pots from icing over.
This is like a giant kite, it's like a giant sail. I don't know if you guys have been parasailing, but that thing's 4 times the size. It'll take 3 or 4 of us out right now.
So I was there to make it safe, and then at the same time, you got to watch it getting it off too. So you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. It's not gonna make or break us, but the idea of being late just irks me to death. I'd like to get going. I just want to get started.
The tarp is safely removed.
I was a little hairy. That's why we're up here.
Start baiting these pots and hopefully make some money.
The Northwestern is ready to fish. But first, it's time for an important Norwegian tradition.
You ready, Edgar?
More rotten the better. It's for good luck, baby. That's bad enough as it is.
Well, like the old man said, here goes nothing. Let her go. At least they can't bust us for setting early.
Who's happy to start fishing?
The weather and the waves make setting this first string of pots rough work.
When I'm setting, I want to feather the throttle. I want to watch the speed at all times to keep them safe back there. And at the same time, I'm watching the guys on my camera so I can see what they're doing at all times.
Usually if he tells you, that means you got a wave coming at you on the starboard side here, which is very bad.
Trying to keep the string straight so that it's easier for us to get through them the next time around. You know, you don't want your string to look like a snake if you can help it.
The crew is always mindful of the lines on deck. An 800-pound crab pot plummeting to the bottom of the ocean can pull a man down like an anchor. Sig's first string of 20 pots has hit the water.
That's it. Nothing left but the crying.
300 miles south of the Northwestern, the Big Valley rescue mission has been called off. Captain Rick Kwasnick gets the Maverick started with the business of fishing.
Okay, guys, come on off the bow.
Captain Rick will save time by setting his pots near the Big Valley disaster. The crew is particularly careful as they prepare the pots.
I like to help Rick watch the deck constantly. If anything happens, the more eyes, the better.
Yeah, everybody, including myself, is being real cautious, just setting nice and slow.
Working in these dangerous conditions requires complete focus. Over the next 6 hours, they will bait and set the 70 pots on board. All thoughts of this morning's disaster must be pushed aside.
You can pretty much tell in 6 hours if there's anything around. If they come up blanks, it won't matter whether they sit there for 6 hours or 36 hours, they're still going to come up blanks.
Coming up on the Deadliest Catch. As the fleet flies north for crab, the competition heats up.
It could be just over here a mile over and he's on something.
Maybe it's a little jealousy because a guy that's got a bigger boat can stay out here.
330 miles northwest of Dutch Harbor, the Lady Alaska has run into some nasty weather.
Area 12 Bravo. There is a gale warning for Friday and Saturday night.
Captain Pete Liskey is concerned about his men on deck as the severe winds and waves increase. Driving snow and violent water make setting the last of their pots even more of a challenge.
still pretty nasty. 15-foot seas and a pretty good 3-4 foot chop on top of that. It's wet for them. And they've been out there since 11 o'clock, and it's almost 8. So they've been out there for 9 hours and haven't come inside.
Crab fishers are used to working in miserable and dangerous conditions. But no experience can insulate them from cold and fatigue. The Lady Alaska launches the last of her 90 pots. Now, the crew can finally come in for some food and sleep. 180 miles northwest, across the cold, black Bering Sea, the Retriever has also hit some bad weather. Captain Jim Stone passed the Northwestern and kept moving north to his chosen fishing grounds.
This is a traditional spot where a lot of times we catch crab, but no guarantee there'll be crab here this time.
But the Retriever has not even launched a single pot, putting them 9 hours behind the rest of the fleet.
Man, here we go. Make some money. Come with the money.
It is great fishing by yourself. You are on the crab, no boats around. When you're not on the fishing, it can get very ugly, very depressing.
The weather continues to worsen, and the men are getting battered by the freezing rain and waves.
We get wet every single pot.
But they continue to drop like clockwork, 1 pot every 1/10 of a mile. The crew and their pots are both soaking. But as cold and wet as these guys are, they're reluctant to come inside and take a break.
Okay, we just set this string here, going this direction. Right here's our boat. We're heading back up. We're gonna come right about here and then set across this canyon here. We'll set off probably 25 pots or so.
Captain, turn the boat around. We have the weather on our stern, so it's pretty smooth ride. He basically does it for our safety and makes our work a lot easier.
Since they'll be dropping the next string of pots in deeper water, the crew retrieves more shots of line from storage. Before, they were fishing with 3 shots. Now they'll use 5 to reach down 750 feet to the ocean floor.
It's a real good crew here. We're adding shots, doing extra stuff. Nobody has to say a word to anybody. They know what's going on.
I think that's still like 45 miles an hour wind, 30, 35 foot seas.
Because of their late start dropping pots, the Retriever crew will work straight through the bitter night. "520 miles northwest of Dutch Harbor, in the normally turbulent Bering Sea, the Lady Alaska has found an unlikely friend: the weather.
We have nice weather today. 25 easterly and probably about 7, 8, 10-foot seas.
Hopefully it'll stay like this. It makes our job a lot easier. Then it just goes back to, the basic functions. We're not struggling to stand up out here. So it's nice. This would be ideal weather right now.
After a disappointing first string, the crew of the Lady Alaska try a good luck ritual.
We're putting mud all over Kyle. This is a real muddy bottom here, and the mud comes up on the pots. So the guy grabs the mud and they smear it on each other's coats and jackets and they goof off.
Come on, Kyle. It's all you, buddy. You know, you gotta have some kind of fun around here. You know, it just helps out, just fooling around, making it go fast and making, you know, just something to do besides what we're doing right now.
You know, show me why they call you the Bulldog.
Hey, students,
Show me, Bulldog.
Quit your chatting. I know you're on video.
Pots are improving, but not enough for Captain Pete. He thinks the problem might be his choice of bait.
They're not eating the salmon. They're not eating the salmon.
It's time to cut bait on the salmon and go straight to cod. By hauling in the pots and rebaiting with fresh cod, Pete hopes to force the hand of luck.
Could turn into a very long day if we don't catch any crab. Long day.
150 miles northwest of the Lady Alaska is the Northwestern. Captain Sig Hansen and his crew are pulling pots out of order in hopes of turning their luck around. The sound of the struggling block is a good sign. With every full pot, the morale on the Northwestern improves.
We'd still be counting.
What do you think?
Knives. Keepers. You have me worried there.
Don't have money. You're ready. Well, lifesaver. I like it. I love it. This is why I came for the last derby right here. To see the last of the full open pots. Oh, that's the ticket. I'm going to Hawaii. I'm going to Hawaii.
They're pulling in over 600 keepers per pot.
More than happy with the overall outcome of this string.
Captain Sig steamed far north to get away from the rest of the fleet. Now, the cunning Norwegian wants to keep it that way.
So I just figured kill the lights and just kind of get out of the way. Hopefully it won't draw anybody because, you know, it's curiosity, that's all it is. And I've done the same thing. I just would rather not advertise in case there's something here. There's some good numbers, but nothing steady yet that I've seen.
They might be able to see it on radar. If not, at least they can't see your lights.
it's a good thing to shut them off once in a while, not let them know where you're at.
Coming up on the Deadliest Catch, the Maverick crew hits a major snag.
Oh, for crying out loud, fellas, come on.
And the secret ingredient for catching crab is revealed.
Green mud. That's where they live, in the green mud. Green mud.
340 miles northwest of Dutch Harbor is the Maverick. Captain Rick's efforts in the Big Valley search and rescue operation have put him a full half day behind the rest of the fleet. To make up time, he dropped pots close to a major processing plant on St. Paul Island. Karma is paying Captain Rick and his crew back with full pots of Opelio crab. Their proximity to St. Paul Island affords them an opportunity to offload and go back out for more.
We got a scheduled offload in the morning, so we're gonna go get cleaned up and come back out and make a last ditch effort before they pull the pin on us. Try her one more time.
With little time before the next string, the crew takes a break in the tackle room.
Yeah, guys are getting a little bit tired, but they're holding up fine. We got one more string here to do, and then they're gonna get a little nap.
All in all, we're doing pretty damn good.
Crab guts are good. Had pots up to 700. This last string, I don't know, what were we getting? 400 again out of them. So yeah, life's good.
148 miles to the northwest of the Maverick is the Billiken. The Billiken is pulling its second string of pots, and so far, this big ship is way off the mark.
We're getting around 200 a pot on 18 hours. Very disappointed in the production in this area. The crab are all schooled up down there, and they're walking or in this case running away from me anyway. So we need to move. Okay, fellas, we got 2 more, and we're gonna set. Copy?
Jim takes over the wheelhouse, so Captain Jeff can go on deck to raise morale and change their luck.
Changing of the guard. I get to go outside now, so gotta hurry. There's 3 guys out there, they're waiting on me.
Under the watchful eye of the captain, the ship moves half its gear to a new location. The last pot of the string is launched as daylight creeps up over the Bering Sea. The crew gets a brief break. Jeff joins Jim back in the wheelhouse and gets some bad news. The fleet's overall take is almost 7 million pounds. With the quota set at about 20 million, the season will end much sooner than they hoped.
We'll shut it down a little soon. That ain't right.
6.5 million for 24 hours.
6.5 million, 24 hours. That's what I mean. That's a lot of crab, but it ain't. 400 a pot down here is good fishing, but it ain't that good. Somebody's getting 1,000 a pot.
Near the Russian border, the Northwestern is still totally on the crab. Sig Hansen's strategy continues to pay off. Though the biomass he's found is small, it's also dense.
We got about 25 pots left to pull, and everything so far has been above my expectation. Where we had our 2 strings that hit decent, we were in there first, I think. So that helps a lot. And then, you know, there's a few guys around that I know that have been around here before that know the area, so obviously they're gonna get their share.
Only a couple miles from the Northwestern is the 135-foot Retriever. While Captain Sig's looking for more space to store his crab, Captain Jim's looking for more crab to fill his space. Jim knows he's got to make something happen and decides to reset his pots at 120 fathoms, deeper than anyone else in the fleet. Anyone, that is, except Sig Hansen.
Northwestern's fishing right over there. In 9 minutes, we'll be 0.2 miles apart from each other. That little green circle with a line going through it is Northwestern. He's not catching any crab right there. Unless he's got some magic bait or something.
This second pick's gone way better than I thought it was gonna. You know, but I'm the pessimist, I guess. Nothing's good enough. Jim on retriever, I know he knows what he's doing. Pretty sure he's on pretty similar fishing. So if that's the case, he, you know, he could probably come in with a pretty big jag.
0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It's called 5 zeros. My guess is that we're getting blanks coming up the hill here. Northwestern's here coming up the hill. He's getting blanks. Hey, he's probably just running back now. He's probably not even hauling.
But Captain Sig isn't running anywhere. He's hauling in huge pots and thinking ahead.
If we can come out of this winners, it'd be the cat's meow. I mean, that'd be it for me.
Buttload of crab in the pot still. We're done with the back tank.
And that's kind of speculating a little bit soon, isn't it?
We're still seeing good numbers.
It's a nice thought, though.
It's wishful thinking.
Yeah, it's nice you think happy thoughts, Edgar.
After 48 hours, Sig finally permits a sit-down meal.
Chicken. That's what they're getting. I don't care.
I'm doing all right, but my body would tell you something different. A little sore. Got a little tired till the sun came out. A little perkier now.
Norman and Edgar, you didn't wish your mom a birthday yesterday. You're both in trouble.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Mom. Sorry. Forgot. Okay, what do you submit the late people to supermarket to do that, man? It's not brown rice.
The camera on it.
Homemade.
With a good hot meal and a lot of crab in the hold, the crew of the Northwestern is feeling pretty good. But when the fleet's overall marks come in, Sig and his guys feel even better.
The last 24 hours, there was 4.2 million caught. And the average is 222 average. And we've been doing what? 3, 4? We're doubling the average. We're on a roll. We had to have more fish. You know, but that's a greedy thing. It's a fisherman thing.
Ah! We're gonna spin this around.
Me and my great ideas.
There are 2 hours remaining in the January Opelio crab season. 295 miles northwest of Dutch Harbor, the Maverick pulls in the last 15 pots of their Cinderella season.
I'm so happy now I'd even buy my enemies a present.
The season began with sacrifice and setback. The Maverick lost time taking part in the Big Valley search.
It's a sad day.
But the Good Samaritan's deeds were rewarded in spades. Under Rick and Donna's guidance, the crew beat the odds, filling their tanks not once, but twice. It's down to the final pots on the Ship of Plenty.
It's last string for an 05 PDO season. We've got about, right at the moment, I'd say about 100. I hope we have 103,000.
We're gonna get what we got. That's what we're gonna get. Hopefully, we'll get lost.
Doesn't look like that hold will hold anymore. I'm pretty sure it's full.
The hold is overflowing with crab, and there's still pots in the water. Unlike Captain Sieg, Rick opts for safety over profit, refusing to carry a deck load back to port.
Actually, it could be a problem if we catch too much, and that's really gonna piss me off because they're not letting us deck load. So we'll have more crab than we can actually keep.
If the crab doesn't settle, the crew will be forced to throw them back.
This is our last spot coming up. Guys, way to go. Pretty hard to believe a couple old dumb friggin' Bristol Bay gill netters can catch 500,000 pounds of crab, isn't it?
You guys don't know how proud I am of you boys. You're my boys.
We's Maverick, that's what we are.
With their holding tanks overflowing, the crew calls it quits. It's 2 hours before season close. 330 miles northwest of the Maverick, the Northwestern has spent the day hauling pots and dumping crab into the deck pen.
So much fun.
Might as well go out in style.
The crew has gathered an additional 10,000 pounds of crab, but the work is dangerous, and maneuvering the heavy pots is taking much longer than expected. Edgar is questioning his brother's decision to carry a deck load.
You almost need a little bit more crab to justify what we're doing right now, but whatever. I'm just doing what I'm told. It's a lot of risk for a little bit of crab. It's too much.
You guys got a few pots left. Take it easy.
That's not what he said 10 minutes ago.
The exhausted fishermen try to keep up the pace. So far, no one has been hurt.
I mean, you got a pot full of crab, right, weighs 800 pounds. You got 600-700 pounds of crab in there. You're looking at 1,500-1,600 pounds swinging around over our heads, you know, trying to get it over here in the hole. And you got two guys leaning over trying to open the door.
The Northwestern continues hauling their final 10 pots. The deck load is quickly reaching capacity.
There's ice all over the rails. Everything's starting to freeze up. I don't know if they're going to make it. I don't think they will.
Across the Bering Sea, boats race to the processing plant, jockeying for position amongst the 171 boat fleet. The plants operate on a first-come, first-served basis. The longer a boat is stuck in the harbor waiting to offload, the greater the probability that the crab will die, and no one gets paid for dead loss. The Northwestern is one of the first to arrive at Akutan. That's good news for the deck load. Against all odds, they're still alive. The crab are quickly offloaded into brailers.
pulling the brailers out of our tanks, bringing them up here, weighing them, dumping them down into these hoppers to be butchered, and further processed. These things go on down the assembly line.
On deck, Matt has been given the important job of keeping a close eye on the tally.
1246.
With their livelihood on the line, every pound counts.
Pretty basic addition. All adds up to my paycheck, though.
152. 150.
With the offloading complete, the crew is eager to find out how much crab they had on board.
1812. 1890.
That's it?
But there's a problem with Matt's numbers.
He missed some.
He had to have. He's missing 20,000 pounds. You know, if you want something done right, then go up and do it yourself.
I got pounds.
Sig comes in with the final numbers.
Well, what'd you come up with?
I hope your numbers are better than ours.
You ended up with about 214. I was hoping for a little, you know, maybe 218 at the most. I mean, I know we don't...
And Matt comes in clueless.
Hey, Mr. Numbers.
One eye was going this
You're only
way.
missing about 20,000 pounds.
How'd you miss 20,000 pounds? 20,000.
A few berths away, aboard the Lady Alaska, the crab is offloaded into brailers. Captain Pete Liskey and crew receive an unexpected blessing.
Peter is very excited tonight, I think. He is under the idea that God has made the crab multiply in our tanks while we were on anchor.
After weighing the load, the final tally is 149,000 pounds. That's $36,000 above Pete Liskey's expectations.
You know, God doesn't always give you what you want, but he always gives you what you need.
Spirits are low aboard the Maverick. Unlike their first trip to the processing plant, the Maverick has been stuck in the harbor for 7 days, waiting to offload, longer than the season itself.
Well, after what seems like we've been waiting for a month, but I think it's been a week anyway, we're finally going to get in and unload our last trip.
As they begin to offload, Rick's worst fear is confirmed.
So they're getting dead crab in the can.
When a crab dies in the holding tank, they poison everything around them.
Hopefully it'll clean up as we get farther down. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, I think if you guys want to see some dead crab, we're going to see lots of them by the time this is over. Good trip gone bad.
It's been a long, depressing night for the crew, but morning brings better news. The dead loss was not as grave as it initially appeared.
And I was real nervous because we got quite a few dead crab, more than normal. It cleaned right up, so the day ended up good.
Another Opelio season has drawn to a close. The crab have been weighed. Now, the crews get paid. The Billiken banked $215,000, leaving a moderate $10,700 per deckhand. The Lady Alaska, with the help of a little divine intervention, pulled in $269,000. That's $13,500 per deckhand. The Retriever cashed out better than expected, with $274,000. That's $16,400 per deckhand. The Maverick, with their Cinderella season, pulled in $362,000. That's $21,700 per deckhand. And coming out on top, the Northwestern, $385,000. That's $27,000 per deckhand. Not bad for 5 days' work.